Welcome to the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast, brought to you by PlayNFC.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the High Stakes Fantasy Network. Yes, it's me again, Greg Ambrosius. I'm here for a doubleheader. Can you believe it? And I'm staying up late, too. But when you get a chance to interview two Hall of Famers, first I started out with Michael Edelman, good interview with Mike, and now I get NFFC Hall of Famer Chris Vaccaro. They were both inducted in 2013 as first ballot, first people in our Hall of Fame. Chris, how you doing tonight?
Greg, my man, our annual trip into the live stream here. I've been looking forward to it. Always a good time, and loved the opening of the doubleheader with Mike Edelman, my fellow Hall of Fame inductee. You did a great job with that. The both of you did, and I'm looking forward to this one. Well,
he had the best year of anybody last year. I think you'll even admit that, right? I mean, he just kicked some ass last year, winning the Silver Bullet Championship, but 14-team super auction. I mean, you can just go down the list, but it's good stuff. But yeah, let's talk about the live streams. We started this maybe 3 years ago, and I said to you, I think this is the new content in the industry. Well, shit, we got them every night, it seems like. NFFC guys just doing them themselves. So what do you think? This is the new content, right?
Oh, for sure. And you know, it's a great way of practicing, Greg. I love what the industry's turned into. Every night you could jump on the computer, watch a live stream draft without even getting into one yourself. You know, you learn a lot. You study the strategies of other players, and you pick up some stuff that you maybe use when the big money's on the line at the end of August and into September. So it's been awesome, and everybody's doing a great job with it, from Paul and Modica's live stream nightly to you know, to Nelson's doing his, and on and on and on.
Yeah. Joe Carlton, Steve D'Angelo. I mean, the Cincinnati guys. You got the tag team on Wednesday. I mean, everyone.
I'm in that, Greg. Yeah, I'm in that. A lot of trash talking going on, Greg, with that tag team thing, and that's going to be tomorrow night, and that'll be fun to do as well.
Hey, back in the day, we used to have 3 city draft champions. Remember that? There was bragging rights between New York, Chicago. This is going to be bragging rights as well. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. I mean, I'll say it right now. We have a meeting every Monday, and I talk about where we are with our contest. The online championship has more than 1,000 entries, more than we had at this time last year.
Wow!
And we've got 6 extra days drafting this year, right?
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a really, really good year. So this is going to be great. So hang on a second, I'll get up here. But yeah, I mean, the online championship, which we're doing right now tonight, right? We're going to do the online championship, Footballguys Online Championship, $300,000 grand prize. This is what everybody's been live streaming. $350 entry fee, 12 teams, 20 rounds. We use third round reversal. So we go 1 to 12, 12 to 1, then 12 to 1 again. Chris, I think these live streams have educated, like we got new FFWC guys like, oh, that's how third round reversal works. I get it. I think everyone understands NFFC now thanks to these damn live streams, right?
Yeah, for sure. Everybody gets to watch them every night, and you still hear a couple guys when they start, you know, their journey into NFFC. At the end of the second round, they go, "Hey, wait, what's going on here?" and then they quickly find out that they're not on the clock.
That's right. So, all right, what pick do you have here?
Greg, I'm at the top of the board here after Big Steve. The tag team of Steve and Nelson tonight got their 322nd overall one spot, a new record. We're going to have to talk about that, Greg, because I don't know how these guys are pulling ones out of their butt every night, but they're in the one hole, and I'm right behind them in between myself and, what do you call it, Spiteri.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. Well, let's bring him on then right now here. Mr. Paul, are you joining us tonight?
I am, Greg. I'm honored to be drafting with someone like Chris Vaccaro for the education, just to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, we're glad to have you, Paul. You've been killing it on the live streams.
What a line of shit, Greg.
Greg, I come with only good intentions, and the first line he tells me is I'm full of shit. It's nice to be a guest, Greg, versus the Richard Dawson of live streams.
Just sit back and relax. We'll take it from here. But no, you and Matt are killing it. I mean, you agree, don't you? This is the new content in the industry, right?
Yeah. Honestly, Greg, the thing I've said is I feel like this has replaced mock drafts. It's much more informative, much more interactive. And I think that we've done incredible work. Everybody who's streaming with people watching and drafting. So I feel like mock drafts are dead, and this is the way people will kind of get involved in drafts if they're not even playing in them.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%.
What's better than watching a draft, on a nightly basis? You used to have to buy into a draft to, watch the whole board and see everything unfold. Now you could just sit back and watch Paul and Matt every night do one of these, and it works out great.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, you guys have no-brainer decisions right here, right, with Robinson and Chase. I mean, Chris, which one do you prefer if you got the first choice?
I'm a Bijan guy myself, Greg. Last night I landed the one, and I took Gibbs just to diversify a little bit. So it works out well for me. I got 2 shots at Bijan, whether I got the 1 or the 2 pick. Haven't been able to land the 3, but the 3, like I've said in a lot of my shows, is the easiest pick on the board. You don't even have to think. You just go straight to round 2. It's whoever gets left over out of the Bijan, Gibbs, and Jamar Chase, trio.
Yeah. Paul, no decision for you at 3 then as well.
Oh, right? No, I think that Chase has a shot at being the number 1 scorer. I'm not saying that for sure, but I think the Bengals are going to have an absolutely huge year on offense. Health permitted.
Yeah,
Greg, this morning I woke up to a text of Paul saying, "Hey, listen, buddy, why don't you diversify a little bit and not go with one of the running backs in the 2-hole? Let me get my hands on Bijan or Gibbs." And I told him to go F himself, and that was the end of it.
That was the end of that conversation.
See, Greg, I try to offer, investment advice, right? Like diversify your portfolio. And, Chris just wants to hammer the .com stocks. And I'm just trying to be a friend. And, I get cursed at. So it's just kind of the burden I have to live with.
Keeps him humble, Greg. It keeps him humble. He's very...
I know Paul is an investor.
Nowadays, he's very bougie. I call him European Paul. He's gone to Europe 3 times this summer. Yeah, he's on his yacht when he's not in Europe. You got to humble him a little bit with his newfound fame of interviewing Denver Broncos beat reporters and on and on.
Yeah.
So,
he knows a lot of people.
Just trying to raise the stakes a little bit, Greg, and get some Guy gave us great insight on the Broncos. I mean, he's at camp every day.
Yeah. We
asked him a lot of good questions about the team. And, he's also covered the NFL. I thought it was just something different. Actually worked out well. He loved it. And it was very, well received. So hopefully we got another guy coming on Sunday night, Ben Albright, which should be fun too.
Yeah, it's great to get those beat reporters to see that we have knowledgeable people in the industry, right? I mean, they should look at the fantasy industry and certainly not turn their noses up to it. I mean, we're the ones that are bringing more interest into the industry. So, all right, let's talk about the draft here while we're going here. Paul had the 3 pick. Chris had the 2 pick. Pretty easy. Puka stayed at 4. A little dinged up today in practice. I guess we got to see what happens there.
There's an omission. There's a guy slipping here.
Sure is. And that's all because of the offensive coordinator coming out and running his mouth.
Right.
So,
right. So JSN at 6, St. Brown at 5, Christian McCaffrey at 7. We talked about CMC with Mike. Mike Edelman had a lot of good success with that McCaffrey last year. Jonathan Taylor at 8, Ashton Genty at 9, Cook at 10, Lamb at 11, and Jefferson at 12. That's the first round.
It's pretty typical, Greg. You see all these drafts. It's usually 2 green and followed by 4 yellow, the top 6. And then people, start getting a little, it's dealer's choice at that point. But the board's really settling in right now, Greg. The first 2.5 rounds, it really settling in.
Yeah, I know. We always say, things change when we get to Las Vegas, or people go get their guys when we get to the big money ones. Do you think much will change? I mean, other than what we see in spring training camp and the exhibition games.
I don't see this changing much in the first round and a half here. All these names. Chase Brown is starting to become a really hot name. That's the one thing I could see differently is maybe Chase Brown starts living inside the top 10. You've seen some big players take him at 7, 8, 9. Whereas in the last month, you were getting him in the 13, 14, 15 hole.
Yeah.
Chase Brown's probably the guy that's going to be locked in as a first rounder. Someone's got to fall back. I think it's obvious it's Omarion Hampton.
Yeah, right.
At this point.
Yeah. So, do we think there's a three-headed monster in Los Angeles, or is Hampton going to emerge?
I think part of it too, Greg. The coach has to get everybody excited. Talking about. I mean, listen, you go with the hot hand. Hampton's your best player, right? So you should be the hottest guy, right? If you kind of do the logic. But listen, the NFL, they're there to win games, not win fantasy titles. Yeah. So you got to keep guys healthy and fresh. It's a long season. Guys get hurt. So I think he's kind of not full of it completely.
Yeah.
I think that, they are Super Bowl aspiring. So I think that he will use the backs.
Yeah. I think you're right.
It's all coach. I think it's all coach speak, Greg. I think it's he's got to come out. He can't say, "Hey, I'm only using Hampton. I'm not going to use these other two guys." So every coach is going to say that.
Yeah, I totally agree. If you got a hot running back, you just keep feeding him anyways. So I think it's coach speak right now as well. I mean, Hampton was going 14, 15. We've seen him in the first round, right? But drops to 18 right here. So
let me get a.
Well, let's let the master work, Greg. This is what I'm here for. I'm here for this to see. He's got his hair in place now. I want to see how the mind works. This is what it's all about.
I'm going to go against my my original thought process of coming into this draft. And I just want a different look. And we're going to go shake it up a little bit tonight. Saquon at 23. I can't remember a time of him falling this far. So.
Yeah, right. We're talking about Hampton. His fall is the deepest he's fallen in the last 2 weeks was 19. He went 18 right here. Let's see, Saquon 21 is his lowest over the last 2 weeks at 61 Online Championship. So you just got him at the lowest over the last 2 weeks.
Wow. Yeah, that seemed about right because anytime I'm drafting out of the top 2 or 3 spots over the last month, I've never had a dilemma where Barkley was an option while I was on the board. So, it's not my ideal build, Greg, from this side of the board. A double running back. I'm more inclined to do it when I'm on the other half of the board. But let's see how this plays out for me.
Well, there may not be too many combinations of Robinson and Barkley in the OC at this point, right?
And that's why I do it. Maybe when the big money's on the line, I shy away from that build. But for an online championship to get a Bijan Barkley combination, I'll do that.
So without third round reversal, you would have no problem taking Robinson and Barkley because there's all kinds of yellow staring you right in the face. Now there's going to be a run of yellows in the third round, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Paul, you go the other way. You're going to Yellow Brick Road here with Chase and Pickett's.
Yeah, the third spot, I've been doing that. I just think I thought about Barkley because I don't have him at all. But he was the only option running back wise, but I like my teams better at the 3 spot when I start with wide receivers. So, there's not, you have that fall off at running back. Like now that Henry's gone,
right?
I can assure you I'll not be taking a running back. So that's usually how the board. Yeah, great. The one thing I've learned this summer, right, from drafting a lot, and as much as I give Chris shit, he knows his stuff, right? Is reading the board, looking at what's around you, knowing the patterns, and building the team right. And that's, I think, one thing that I've learned to really appreciate this summer. And we've been preaching it on our streams, Greg, is that if you're going to play, whether you play 100 entries or 1 entry, all this information out and all these drafts, you have the blueprint to do it right. You just got to go in and execute, and you have a better shot at winning, whatever your goals are.
Right. Yeah, there's 12 running backs that go early, right? And like you said, Henry's the last one, and then it kind of dries up. And even with Henry out there, these wide receivers really fly off the board.
Yeah, there goes somebody I was going to hope to take.
Well, that's because you're a Bronco fan, too.
Well, it's also, the offense is geared for a big year. They threw the ball more than anyone. I think Waddle's going to have a nice year if he stays on the field.
Yep. All right, Team 5 starts out with 3 wide receivers. We got Team 11 with 3 wide receivers as well.
Oh.
You are on deck.
And Paul's probably going to do the same, or is there something else?
I no, I'm going to go with Devonta here. I think I like this start for me.
You are up.
And Chris is on the clock. That's 3 with 3 wide receivers.
I was hoping that Devonta would have felt one more, but my good friend Paul here did that. As expected, I am going to start my wide receiver room off, obviously, here, and get a little Tet McMillan.
People have been kind of crapping on him all summer, Chris. What do you think that? I mean, I know the quarterback.
Yeah, that's the quarterback, but he's the focal point of the passing game, on a team with a below average defense. And, I feel good about Tet McMillan this year. I have no problem in the 3rd round taking Tet.
I'm with you, Chris. Like, people say take Garrett Wilson. I'm like, doesn't he have a shitty quarterback too? But for some reason, people forget that. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. All right, Chris is up, so let's let him do
So
this.
Watson and DJ Moore just went on the turn.
Yeah.
I am going to ignore the noise right here. He's going to be there when it comes, in a couple weeks. I'm not worried about Luther Burden, Greg. I saw him jogging over to the crowd yesterday, the day after he was hurt.
Yeah.
This is a couple weeks. Sit out, get completely ready. You just love what you're hearing about this guy. I know Paul's on the clock here, so I'll let him get the spotlight again. There
you go. There's Trey McBride. I thought even, Paul, you might take him in the 3rd round there. I mean, that's pretty low for him, correct?
I didn't think – well, Chris was not taking him because of his build. And I know the Greek and the Portuguese legend are not taking a tight end this early. So, again, it's also, Greg, you start to know who you're playing against, right?
Right.
I actually thought about moving Loveland ahead of McBride. I would not be shocked if Loveland's better this year. But I love McBride. The team stinks. They'll throw the ball 60 times a game because they'll be down by 30 at halftime. Right. So,
Greg, while we're talking about the Greek in the one hole, our boy, we love Steve G. He's become a good friend of ours.
Yep.
I'm just wondering, have you extended a Christmas invite to Steve this year? Have you invited him over to the Ambrosius house for Christmas yet?
Well, everything's frozen here. You think he would come if I invited him here in December?
I think you guys would have a great time. I think
he has a sleigh, Greg. He can find his way up there.
I would welcome him if he brought the sleigh with horses. That's for sure. Because everything will be frozen at the cottage at that time. I'll be up there, but it'll be frozen. So.
Greg, how much are you loving Stevie G being a part of the NFFC family nowadays?
It's really one of the funniest stories because he called me up when I was drinking beer at my cottage just by myself on the shore. And this guy calls me up, and I swear to God, he sounded exactly like Glenn Lowy. I thought it was Lowy on the phone, and he's like, I'm a big player, but I'm really thinking about the NFFC. Convince me to play in the NFFC. What can we do? And I'm like, hey, I stood up, put my spotted cow down and started talking to him. But once he got to New York and just saw the camaraderie and everything about it, you guys sold him. I didn't do anything with that. I mean, he had good success, obviously, winning the platinum with David Hubbard last year. But I think the camaraderie, he's a community guy. He's a family guy. He sees a family that we've got here, especially in New York City. And so, he's fit in just perfectly for sure. And I'm glad he's having fun with family right now in Greece for sure.
Yeah, and he's still drafting from Greece on a nightly basis.
Greg, I taught him what a VPN was, and it just. But he magically left his phone at home. Greg, I don't know if you know this fun fact. His phone magically did not make it with him to Greece.
Wow. How do you live without a phone?
Well, his wife's been watching the group chat is what we think.
There you go.
We're keeping it very PG this week for a couple of weeks. Or at least trying to, Greg.
Well, he's gone for like 2.5 weeks, right?
I know. But he's still managing to get those drafts on. This draft is going off live in Greece at 5 a.m.
Wow.
So he was trying to wake up early to do it in the one hole. Imagine.
All right, you talked about Loveland. He only goes 2 spots after McBride, so you're absolutely right. I was thinking McBride, his ADP over the last 2 weeks in the online championship is 30. The lowest he went was 41. You got him at 39 here, Paul. But like you say, he probably looked pretty good in round 3, but you looked at the 2 guys behind you and said, I know I can get him back here. So well done.
Yeah, I'm happy landing him there.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm happy for you, Paul. You got Greg. Greg, you're going to see those two, I think, come a little closer in ADP as we get the big money on the line. Is McBride sliding a little bit down,
big time,
and Loveland coming up the board more to where their ADP is closing on each other, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, right? They were pretty close to each other. Bowers and McBride in the early seasons in the 2nd round, right? Then McBride maybe going in the early 3rd round. Now to think that he's going in the early 4th round. I mean, he's got Jacoby back. He'll be all right. All right. So, all right. Some interesting builds here. Chris, I do want to point out that you are hosting our New York City live events, and you did you and Joe did a fantastic job. Greenwich Street Tavern, anything you want to say? We got a couple spots left, not many, but if anybody's thinking about it, join us, right? Friday, September 4th.
Greg, it was a great success year 1. I'm glad that we were able to do it again here for year 2 and hopefully beyond. I think, and Paul could attest to this, I think everybody had a great time last year. The camaraderie is great. The competition's even better. And who doesn't love to go to a sports bar and draft from morning till nighttime and be locked in a room for 6 straight drafts all day. So it's a really fun day. I'm looking forward to it. Again, spots filled up so fast, Greg. Now I think there's 2 spots left in the 1 p.m. prime time, a couple at the 10 p.m. prime. But all that'll get filled out in the next couple of weeks. And I loved how everybody just jumped in and filled all these leagues up in early, I want to say in June, they were all filled up. Yeah,
absolutely. Like Mike was saying, he brought his son there. They were there from 9 a.m. until midnight, and his son just couldn't get enough of it, right? And you can draft at 10 a.m. if you want, and then stick around and watch some of the auctions and stuff. So we've got $350 ones. Well, that one's full too. But everything is filling up in New York. So it's fantastic. And it's because of what you did last year. Like Dave says, food and drinks don't stop. Everything was fantastic.
I've gotten a couple DMs on Twitter asking from people out and just, hey, listen, we're not going to be in these drafts. Can we show up at the bar that day and watch the drafts? So, it's a lot of people are interested in just watching them.
It's called time to expand the bar. That's what it is. It's like build on, right?
If I had Spiteri's money, I would, but I'm in a different tax bracket. Maybe it's something for me to talk about with him and Steve, come that day.
Yeah, they both could finance it, I think. So.
Wow, Greg. Well, Greg, why are you jumping on his bullshit, Greg? That now all of a sudden you're my accountant. I got Vaccaro as my.
Listen, I know that you've been in Europe. You just were talking about Switzerland, Italy.
Maybe I stayed in the Red Roof Inn in Bellagio. Maybe I was there.
Ambrosius goes to Green Bay, maybe Appleton. We don't go to Switzerland, Greece, Italy. France.
I have a lot of miles, Greg. I fly a lot for work, so that's my secret sauce.
All right, we got a question here. I'll let you guys make your picks first, and we'll get to a question on Jeremiah.
We got Mike Evans. Is Spiteri up now?
He is.
So Henderson and Mike Evans come off the board. Old man Mike Evans is starting to slip a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure. As soon as I think we see him back on the field, he'll start going back in the late 4th.
Scatterbo in round 5.
Yeah.
See him at the end of round 4, right?
Yeah, that's nice value. Yeah, that's nice value for Scatterbo. Middle of the 5th for sure.
Right.
But that's how all these drafts are going, Greg. You're seeing the value is at the running back position.
Yeah.
People that go yellow, and that's a reason why you see a lot of these teams start off with 3 or 4 wide receivers in a row is because you got good starting running backs landing in your lap in rounds 4, 5, and 6.
That's why I think you feel comfortable starting out with more yellow, right?
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, especially on the back end. All right, DeAndre Swift is Paul's RB1.
Yep.
And as Chris makes his pick, we'll take a look at Team 11. We talk about no RB. I mean, that's a no RB team, 4 wide receivers and a tight end. So we'll see what Team 11 does after this.
Okay.
Yeah, you know the tight end. You know the Warren will not get past the 5th round. He's the last of what I call the premium 4, Greg.
Right.
And then then you kind of wait a little bit, and then you'll see a few rounds before the next tight end goes. And that's again knowing.
Right.
And then when you draft a tight end, like I drafted one, I thought about wide receiver because there's someone I really wanted, and I decided to say, you know what, it won't look as good. It'll feel good when I make the pick, but then in a few rounds I'll hate it.
Yep.
I went with a different decision and took a running back.
Yep.
Okay. So I think this works out okay for me, guys. Let's see.
If Chris is going to take the guy, well, that's why I was going to take Chris. I thought about it.
Great minds think alike, Paul. What can I tell you?
So Chris has made my decision. Really interesting because there's something I usually do at this pick, and I think I'm going to do it because I think to have when you have Chase.
Yeah, you're going to do it.
You got to take. To me, this is the most explosive tandem in the league. So whenever I think every Chase team I have Burrow with him.
Yeah. Well, you get him in the 6th round too. It's not like you reached for him or anything. So.
What do you think of that, Chris? Do you? I know I'm not a big stack guy, but when I got a Bengal opportunity, I try to do it.
Yeah, I can't argue that, Paul. Putting Burrow there. That's another thing we're seeing after Josh Allen goes in the 3rd or 4th rounds of drafts this year. I think there's crazy value on the next big 3 of Lamar, Drake May, and Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And the reason for that, Greg, is obviously the next tier after that is 5 or 6 quarterbacks deep. Everybody at the draft table knows they're getting their hands on a good quarterback. So why rush these guys up the board? Now, I don't know if when the big money's on the line, if that's going to stay the same, where you can get a Burrow, Lamar, Drake May in round 7.
Yeah.
Maybe those guys move up because people want to invest in the quarterbacks and how important they are. But for right now in Online Champions season, we're sitting back and collecting these quarterbacks at great prices.
Yeah. Have we seen quarterbacks go this low in recent years? I can't remember. No.
Last year they were going a hell of a lot earlier than this.
Yeah, 2nd and 3rd round.
And that was even late, though. Last year we were all saying, wow, quarterbacks are free this year.
Yeah.
Now, again, this year they're even more free.
Right.
So,
yeah. I don't remember a year. And again, NFFC is 6 points per passing touchdown. So I don't know where they're going in 4 point per passing touchdown leagues, but they're not going high right now. All right. One question we had here was Jeremiah Love took a fall out of the 3rd round. Any reason you guys think? I mean, he has been falling recently, but what do you think?
Well, rookies hit walls, Greg. That's one of my opinions. That team is also terrible. So even though he catches the ball, they're going to be coming from behind. I don't know. I took McBride. I don't love guys on bad teams. I think that scares people, like with the Jets guys too. But I mean, talent-wise, if you watch college football, Greg, this is one of the most electric players to come out. He'll be a great player. It's just, do you want him as your RB1 as a rookie on a shit team? Yeah, that's not everybody's preference.
And people have the fear of they just saw it last year with Genty, right? So running behind a bad offensive line, and there's competition. Obviously, they bring in Tyler Algier. They paid Tyler Algier and brought him in. I mean, before the draft, they didn't know that they were going to get their hands on Jeremiah Love, but Algier's still there, and he's still a good back. And right now on the depth chart, he's first.
And he's got one other problem, Chris. He's got Nate Hackett as the OC, and we know, Lord knows what that happens to a football team.
Yeah.
48. I think those are the reasons, Greg. I think the talent's undeniable, but the situation is warrants question.
Yeah,
you still see him in the 3rd round of a lot of these drafts on a nightly basis. That's one player that's very fluid. Some drafts he's middle of the 3rd, some drafts he's 4th. So
over the last 2 weeks, 61 online championships. His ADP is 31. He's gone as high as 18 and as low as 48. So this is the lowest that he's gone.
You know what's interesting, Greg and Chris? I think you guys talked about the drafts at Chris's bar in Vegas. When we're at Chris's place, The board's still pure because there's no games played. In Vegas, what I've seen, because Chris, you've seen this. Guys, now you got 2 games, Greg, going off before we draft on Friday, right? I mean, Chris and I have the diamond. You got all the primes on Friday and Saturday. That changes things, right? A guy has a big day, and all of a sudden they're moving up. So Vegas is very fluid on Friday and Saturday, and even Thursday now with the Wednesday game. And you got to be prepared for that to happen on top of everything else.
Yeah, and get used to it because the NFL is not giving up now Wednesday, Thursday. So get used to it.
Yeah. Greg, now that he's come off the board, this guy is the name that's sinking like a rock right now, and that's Bayshal Tootin of the Jags. You just saw him come off the board here in the 6th round, and like middle towards the end of the 6th round. Obviously, all these bad puff pieces about Chris Rodriguez splitting 50-50 reps with him. There was a time a month ago where Tootin was the hot name on the board, and people were trying to drag him almost into the end of the 3rd round.
Right.
And the same with Travis Etienne, who you're now getting at the 60-61 turn. So those 2 names were hot a month ago. They're ice cold now.
Yeah. Tootin, like you said, his ADP over the last 2 weeks, 55. He's going as high as 37th. Low is 67. So where did he just go here? 68. So that's a new low over the last 2 weeks. And ETN, like you say, ADP is 53. He's gone as high as 41 over the last 2 weeks. So 2 guys that are definitely stinking right now.
I
said
think there's
sinking,
some good value on both of them right now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Sanda's in this draft, the king of the spreadsheets, Mike Sanda. He, I believe, took Tyler Warren, and I didn't get a chance to jump in and talk about Tyler Warren when you guys were. That's my prediction for a guy that's going to wind up living in the 4th round come the big money drafts.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's desired by a lot of you guys. I know that for sure. So good start there for Team 11. Like you say, 4 wide receivers. That's a no RB, I guess you can call it, but it gets Jalen Warren or Ramondre Stevenson. What's the talk? Stevenson and Henderson. I mean, some people, easy to say on Twitter, Stevenson will outscore Henderson, but Henderson's the home run play, right? Like that's the one that could really go off in weeks 15 to 17. Certainly can produce during the year. What's your thoughts, Chris, on those 2?
On say it again. I'm sorry, Greg. Which
on
one?
Henderson, Trevian Henderson.
Trey Henderson. It's kind of like we're in the same situation again last year. The same outlook on him, but yet you're getting a couple more round discount on him. Listen, if a Ramondre goes down, you're looking at a guy that's probably an RB1, and that's the reason why you take him. Other than that, there's not too many instances where the starting running back goes off the board a couple rounds after the backup running back, and that's the case with the Patriots.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Paul, you in on either one of those guys?
Opportunistically, I think again they run the ball well in New England. It's a good offense, but it's one of those where you could have a split all season, and again their team looking to win Super Bowls, not fantasy titles.
Right.
So Josh McDaniels always mixes 2 running backs. Injury will force obviously one of them to be, and I think both of them, Chris, could be. Stevenson could be RB1. If the other guy gets hurt, Stevenson's a good running back. I think a lot of people overlook how effective he is. So if either one of them gets hurt, you got, I think Anderson's got obviously the bigger upside, the speed, the youth. But, a guy who's got a big market share in a McDaniels offense is gonna score points.
Yep.
I think that's why there is, that's why I think Ramondre is the better pick right now. And I like tapping on Ramondre at this, in these drafts, just as your RB3. You're getting a starting running back on a good team. And like you said, he gets a bump up big time if Trey Henderson goes down.
Yeah. All right. I think this is interesting. There's only 2 quarterbacks off the board. We're almost through round 7. And this is a veteran group of drafters for sure. But, only 2 quarterbacks off the board. Let's just look at the ADPs on the QBs. But, man, you didn't see this in past years. I'm sorry, but you just did not.
I want to go with my RB2 here is 2 guys. I like a lot of guys here. This is what I like about being down here, Chris. Sometimes you get a lot of options. And when you think about the turns, right? I'm looking at Chris and Nelson. You got two superstar drafters next to you who, have, they're going to take value. They're not going to panic. So I look at saying, I can go one way or the other. I'm going to go with a running back who I think has some upshot. I've been taking a lot of Blake Corum.
You are up.
That's there's maybe more stable guys, but with these builds, Greg, I'm trying to do something different and make have an impact, and I think he can make a big impact this year.
Yep. There's a lot of people on him for sure. Cutting into Kyron's playing time, or maybe there's more of a share in the playing time there. We'll see.
Again, I like guys, good weather, good offense, Greg, and a good coach. Right. Yeah. These are the formula for success. And I used to be very kind of poo-poo against coaching matters, but boy, last couple of years I realized how much it matters.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Chris, you got a decision?
Yeah, for here, I don't have many shares of this guy, but I think on this build, I'm going to add someone that I think could be a nice PPR player.
That was the guy I was going to take, Chris. To be honest, I was thinking of him because I like his value there for my flex, but I just, I wanted the upside, but I like Pittman. He's not sexy, but with that offense, he'll be productive. That's the difference, I think.
All right, we're going to go through 7 rounds here with only 2 quarterbacks taken. We've seen two of them usually go in the 7th round, right? So this is, not uncommon, but this is pretty late for only 2 quarterbacks being picked.
It is, and it's, sometimes you get in these rooms.
Yep.
And everybody goes in and they say, you know what, I'm going to wait on quarterback, and everybody comes in with that mind frame, and this is the result right here.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see if 2 go off the board quickly or not. There you got 1.
Wow.
And he's not in the ADP up there.
Wow, I'm surprised that team passed on.
That must be the Greeks, Paul.
Yeah, he must be eating souvlaki at 5 a.m. for breakfast to make that pick. His got to be the pita's got to be warm, Greg, if he's picking that guy.
He would be in the chat if that's Steve. There's no doubt he'd be chatting right now.
He's probably eating his cornflakes at this hour.
All right.
He's really milking this clock, though.
Yeah.
He's really indecisive in this one.
Very interesting, Chris. It's bleeding the clock. It's like I call it the 4-corner offense pick here.
He just wants to be talked about more. No, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
He wants me to say something nice about the Jaden Reed, I think, right? All right. He's mixing it up.
That was a guy I was considering, Greg. My partner, Mr. Modica, is a big Jaden Reed guy.
I think he's got a good chance to lead the team in receptions. I really think so.
So
maybe not yardage, maybe not touchdowns, but I do think he could lead the team in receptions.
I'm a buyer of your offense, Greg, this year.
I think so too. I think he's got to open it up, right? He can't go 50-50.
And this is a guy, another guy I've been hitting a lot, and the golden Corum, like that 2nd, 3rd year upside guys, I've been taking a lot. And I figured Reed or Golden would be that. I figured Chris, if he goes receiver, he's not taking another one. Yeah. So I figured, between the running backs and the receivers, somebody would be left there. That's why I kind of split them up.
Well, if you've been reading about the camps, I mean, him and Love have a special connection. Everyone's been writing about it, that this has been really different from last year. And again, I'll say it. If you watch the all 22s last year, Golden was open an awful lot. And I don't think Love either trusted him or he just was looking. There goes Drake May as the 5th quarterback off the board.
Here come the quarterbacks. Still surprising, though. Very different draft. That's what, that's why you do these. They're fun. This one was more of a heavy tight end. That's why I took Harold Fannin there. I thought Harold Fannin was the last tight end of a tier there and could help out my pass catching corp there. I could have also went in a different direction, but at receiver, Paul took Golden. He was something that was on my mind when I took Pittman, and so was Reed. So everybody that was in my queue right there, went right there at the turn.
Yeah. Did you have any consideration for maybe like a Caleb to hook up with Luther Burden, or that's not even? I mean, you're at this point, you're not thinking quarterback.
Well, Greg, yeah, I'm trying to read the board here a little bit, and the quarterbacks are going to go now, but it kind of feels like it's a wait on quarterback type of room here, and I definitely wasn't going to take Caleb in that situation at that turn with Lamar and Drake May on the board. If anything, I'm taking Lamar and May.
Yeah.
No,
we're just talking about stacks is all I was thinking. And I mean, if Burden goes off, if he goes off, then Caleb's got to go off with him. But yeah, that would be a push, a reach for sure. So
yeah, I mean,
I wonder if I could have waited on. I wonder if I could have waited on Burrow a bit, but I feel like people will just take Burrow out of nowhere in that 6th, 7th round. I didn't want to take the chance, but he might have fell back to me in the 7th round. Who knows?
Possible, but again, when you got Chase, I don't think you'll regret it if you're in the championship round, right?
And people talk about it, Greg, right? Get your guys. Like, I've learned, like, don't get cute. Don't think guys are coming back. If you have conviction and you're trying to put a team together, get your guy. Don't, 'cause I've seen people, especially the beginning of the year, waiting. Oh, this guy will come to me, and then 7 quarterbacks go, and your starting quarterback is somebody you really don't want. So you gotta be aggressive when you like a guy and you like a build. Don't hope people come back, grab them. That's what I've seen.
All right, Lamar goes off as the 6th quarterback. He's usually the 3rd quarterback.
Here comes the run, Chris. Here comes
quarterback. Yeah, I guess. Listen, I was on the I was on the wrong end of this.
Yeah,
it's usually here. Well, actually, Chris, it's usually 9 and 10. This is a little early for the run, to be honest with you. I think.
I mean, Lamar going at 92. Lowest he's gone in the last 2 weeks is 94, but 92 is pretty damn good value for team 8 there from Lamar.
Yeah.
We don't
Greg,
really
I have a couple questions for you as we go to the other side of the board here, if you don't mind. I know you love to ask all the questions, but now that I have you with our State of the Union here, I wanted to throw a couple questions at you that I jotted down, if that's okay.
Sure.
Number 1.
I take the 5th.
Greg, go to bed, Greg. Greg, get your nightgown on, Greg.
Sounds good, Fauci.
I take the 5th.
Have you put any thought into maybe not doing the first week in Vegas going forward and just doing the first week all for New York's live drafts and then extending that second week all in Vegas from like a Tuesday through a Saturday with all live drafts?
Well, the reason we started doing the first weekend in Vegas was because that's the first weekend of college football. And a lot of people would come out to Vegas for college football. Early, again, that was how it was when we just had New York and Las Vegas. It just was the right time for college football. I'm not sure many people come out there for that now. But, I mean, we're going to have 10 leagues in Las Vegas, 2 auctions, Silver Bullet. So I don't think there's any reason for us to abandon Las Vegas. I mean, I don't mind expanding Las Vegas. I'm already out there now that we've got a Wednesday game. If people want to come out on Labor Day and do Tuesday start, I'm all for that. But especially with Circa has a space for us now for first weekend in Las Vegas. It's much more economical for us as well. I mean, when we were at the Bellagio first weekend, that was more than I would pay for New York sometimes. So now it's much more economical. So no, I don't think I will leave Las Vegas, but I could see us starting the second weekend earlier. Yes.
Okay. All right. Have you put any thought into raising the payout for the online championship and primetime regular season winners to something substantial? Because winning that is actually one of the harder things to do.
Yeah.
In the NFFC, instead of just getting the what is it now, 2,000 or 1,500? I forget.
For the online championship, it's 1,500 for first and 700 for second. So
no. For the regular season overall champion. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. The payout for winning the regular season primetime and the regular season online championship. Have you ever thought about increasing that to something substantial?
Oh, you're saying the one person who has the most points after week 14?
That's correct.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do that. I mean, seriously, the online championship has not sold out the last 2 years for sure, right?
Mhm.
And so this year we really took a gamble by raising it to 300,000 and expecting 1,100 more teams. I
Mhm.
think we're going to succeed on that, but could we have moved that 50,000 that we put towards the grand prize somewhere else? No, I think the more that we grow the online championship now, I think that'll give us opportunities to do like that, right? Like
Yeah.
that regular season is, I think it's an $1,800 prize, right? Could we go higher and could we pay even top 3 in regular points? Yeah, we definitely could do that, right? So, yeah.
Okay.
All right, as the quarterbacks went, I see one hookup here. We got Jalen. Oh no, we don't. I was seeing AJ Brown, but of course he's with New England now. So
how about the ghost of Deebo Samuel now going from the 19th round, Chris, to the 9th round?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Those pictures of him have to be doctored, right? Doctored. What do you call it?
I think he's in better shape than the pictures are showing him. Yes.
I would hope so.
Yeah. I mean, they seem excited to put him in all kinds of positions, right? Run the ball, swing passes, kick return. He's going to be a kick returner this year. So, yeah, 9th round is interesting.
Yeah, that offense, it's funny. It's hard. I was texting Chris, like, I feel like I want to be out on the Niners. And then the only thing their coach is great. He's such a good coach, and he finds a way to move the ball, and he's creative. Here comes a sucky running back. Right, there's one guy I wanted. So let me go with my other option here. But I don't have any Gainwell shares. I was hoping, but I do like this guy. That spot.
You are up.
Paul, you've got one of the rare hookups in this one so far. I mean, you have Chase and Burrow, Jackson, and I guess Derrick Henry is a possible same team, I guess is all you could call it. But
yeah, that's more. I'd say that's more of a same team.
Yeah, Parker Washington and Trevor Lawrence for Team 9 is a hookup there.
That
one counts, right?
Yeah,
but other than that, I mean, there's no Jaden Daniels there. There's no Jalen Hurts. Prescott isn't.
I mean, Team 11 would have had a shot at the Lamb Prescott, but Team 10 took Prescott right ahead.
Yep. So
Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, that's my first Rico Dowdle show. I'm not too proud of it, but sometimes you just gotta put a couple bodies in the running back room.
There you go.
I'm not gonna say that I love that pick that much.
All right, I gotta see what this one. Paul had a great question last night. I'll ask the same to you, Greg. With all these new OCs in the NFL, do you see a slow start to NFL fantasy players with points? Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. I think you could see slow starts just because they don't play much in the preseason anymore, right? I mean, the Packers get off to some slow starts as well. But yeah, it's very, very possible.
On deck.
Yeah, we've been talking about that, Greg, quite a bit on our streams. I actually put it on one of my first ones. I read it somewhere, and I said, this has got to be impactful. Yeah, but that's funny. Ryan Edwards last night said that it actually could work in reverse. He said a lot of teams don't have tape on the OCs. So it's once you start figuring out what these guys do, the defenses adjust. So some of the new ones, if they're executing well, the defense doesn't know what's coming. It could actually work the other way. So you actually had an interesting counter to that.
Yeah. No, we definitely have an overall price for the regular season. It's definitely the $1,800. I know that. Oh, for the OC, you're saying? No, I think that's definitely something in there for sure. I know I looked. But yeah, both of them regular season gets $1,800, I think, for both of them, to be truthful.
Is that what
but yeah, we'll look at it.
Yeah,
we'll look at it.
That's something that should be rewarded. I know we have.
Well, after you won the overall in 2012, you were the regular season winner. After 2013, right? We thought you might go back to back.
Yeah, that was. Those were the days, Greg. Did it last year too. I think that's why it's fresh in my head, Greg, is because I did it last year.
Oh, okay.
And
barely rewarded is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I mean, again, let's grow both contests, right? I mean, again, with the prime time, we added 50,000 to the grand prize because we think we can add 12 more leagues, not just, so I do think we took a gamble this year, but I hope it's going to pay off.
We're doing our part for you, Greg, with the
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the streams are helping, and there's a lot of excitement. And again, people can really see the roster builds. They see the third round reversal, how it works. It's all positive. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Chris, back to tight ends. Discuss.
So, I do love Kincaid this year, and I love Fannin. And at this point, nothing really sticking out to me. I think I'm okay with the two big guys at my running back position. I got my 5 wide receivers, and I've been a proponent this year talking on the Fantasy Empire where you get into this range, and if there's a tight end you think could be a top, 6 or 8 tight end, and over picking one of these wide receivers to be your wide receiver 6, like a Jalen Coker or something, look at Kincaid as your wide receiver 6 in your fantasy build, or your wide receiver 5 for that matter. So, I have the 5 wide receivers, and now I got 2 tight ends that I think are top 6 guys, and I could flex out Kincaid on some weeks, and I have some insurance in case Fannin goes down.
Yep, absolutely. But it's interesting because most people would look at this and go, why does he take a quarterback? Or why does he take another running back? And a 4th running back would look good there,
Listen, running back was definitely a discussion. None of my guys made it back to the turn here where I took Kincaid. Again, Kincaid was the highest guy on my board at any position. And a lot of these guys here are going to have to start filling out their tight end room. I see guys down the board that don't have one. They're going to wind up on the short end of the stick here. They have to start making some picks. I'll be a little light at the running back position, Greg, no doubt here on this build, but I wasn't going to go chase quarterback either. I'm going to get a combination of quarterbacks later on that I like. I think the position's really deep. I got guys that I take in the 18th and 19th rounds that I like,
Yeah. Do you, when you get like the 1st or 2nd pick and you get this running back, I talk about hero running back builds, and I think you kind of like that as well sometimes. They are so good that you can find an RB2 later and you can just bang the yellow stickers. Do you do that a lot with Robinson and Gibbs?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's my preferred build. Preferred build, Greg, for sure. My thought process when I got the 2 pick in this draft or any draft is, I start off with Gibbs and Robinson, and then I go yellow brick road straight down until I get into that 5th or 6th round. Then I hit one of these really nice running backs to be my RB2, and then we're off and running. But because Barkley slipped in this draft, it changed my process. This is the first time actually building a team like this all summer. So I'm glad it happened. Glad it happened on air with you guys.
No, I think that would be what I would expect from you a lot of times. Hey, I got Robinson. I know you. Now you just hammer the yellow brick road, and then that RB2 that can be found in round 6 or 7 even. So there goes Tyler Algier. We talked about him. I mean, he's going to play a role in Arizona. Could be near the goal line, could be with more carries. But I do think Love is this guy that they can swing passes to out of the backfield. I'd be surprised if he doesn't have 50 receptions this year. So he'll be fun to watch, but that team is bad.
Yeah. And I want to see what's going to happen with James Conner and Trey Benson. One of them's got to get moved or cut. So
I mean, there was talk that the Packers should be interested in Conner, and with the Jacobs situation, he seemed like a guy that would make sense in Green Bay. But there's been just no movement on Jacobs' case, and I think he's going to be okay for week 1 at this point.
Well, Schefter today came out and really scared the shit out of everybody, right, with the Jacobs news and even the Puka Nacua news. So I'm interested to see in these coming days. I know last night's draft, Greg, I think I got the absolute low on Josh Jacobs at 61 overall.
Wow. Yeah.
And he was my RB2 in a build that, just like you said, Gibbs at 1.
Yeah.
And I went, 4 straight wide receivers and Josh Jacobs as my 2. And I'm not a Josh Jacobs guy, but I had to take that value in an online championship.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Phil asks, with the 2 free look games, any thoughts on changing week 1 to best ball scoring? No. There's still plenty of decisions you got to make. I mean, there's still 28 teams that are playing. And even the week 1, I mean, you may get, the free looks. You may have a guy who got 12 points or 14 points. Now you got to make a decision there. Are you doing it? So
there's best ball leagues for best ball scoring.
Yeah. No, we definitely won't consider that. Marshawn Lloyd. Yeah. Where's he going? Of course, he looks great in Green Bay right now. Chris Brooks is the only guy that they have. Maybe they will trade, but no, the Packers love Marshawn Lloyd. And I've said this before, but they sent him to UW-Madison to figure out why he was having so many soft tissue issues. They did the same thing with Watson last year. They discovered why he was having hamstring issues, basically because with Marshawn Lloyd, he had a knee injury, and that leg was weaker than the other one, and so he was pulling hammies and stuff. So I think if he can stay healthy, Marshawn Lloyd, he could be a great buy. Where'd he go in this one anyways? I should have hollered it out myself when I saw it. There you go, end of round 9. So pick 108.
I like that Romeo Dubs value in round 11 there.
Yeah. I talked about him on the show, actually, as someone I thought would be moving up the board in these coming weeks, Paul.
There goes your QB1 right there, Chris, my boy, Bo.
Oh, yeah, you just love all your Broncos.
He scored a lot of points last year. I know he threw the ball more than any quarterback in the league. And he's healthy.
So, Chris, you're the only one without a quarterback right now. Just saying.
Maybe we see how far we could take this.
Really?
I'm feeling dangerous today. I'm feeling dangerous tonight. Let's see.
Then I'm staying awake.
Greg, he's got CJ.
Greg, you're not staying awake, Greg. You got 1 or 2 more rounds in you, and then you're done.
Greg, you might see the first Aaron Rodgers selection tonight by the time Craig gets around a quarterback.
Go with a Geno Smith, Aaron Rodgers combo, QB combo for the win.
There you go.
It'll be the first quarterback combo, Greg, where they'll have more age than touchdowns.
If he does it, then I'll stay awake for it, damn it. I'll promise that right here.
You are on deck.
Take a quarterback, damn it. I need to go to bed pretty soon.
Yeah.
Right, I'm up. I'm going to take a guy who I've been drafting like crazy. Matt and I call him wide receiver 2 in L.A.
You are up.
Trey Harris. Paul, you love yourself some Trey Harris, don't you?
At this point, Chris is, wide receiver 5. It's very thin. Again, good offense. He's got upside. Again, do I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler? I don't know, but I like to take the shot.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, and I think about too, McConkey's very injury prone. Quentin Johnson sometimes can't catch a cold. So he's a guy I just have a lot. Even Keaton Mitchell, I've drafted a ton of him. Not that he's flashed. He's never been consistent. But again, on a team like that where they run the ball and they feed people, worth a shot.
There we go. He wanted me to go to bed. So he took a quarterback.
Deep down, Greg, he's a good guy. Greg, you don't really see it. It doesn't come out.
A big teddy bear,
between
Greg,
the gruffness and the constant cursing and the wild hairdos. He's really a decent guy deep down.
How in the hell are you two going to run a diamond team together? How are you two
very simply, Greg.
No, Greg, why do you have to say that, Greg?
It's very easily. Greg, that's going to be the easiest thing. Paul is just there to be my tech guy for the draft. That's it. If something goes wrong with my computer, Paul's there, and that's it. So, Greg, before you go to bed here, listen, this is why
I'm not staying to the end, Jay.
This is why you wait on quarterback.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
You put together a Goff Dart, a pocket passer with a running quarterback. Dart was amazing last year, and now he should be moving up boards because Neighbors is going to be ready to go. Yeah. And the addition of Isaiah Likely. And then you got Jared Goff, who's in charge of a high-tech offensive machine. So nice little combo for waiting.
Absolutely. QB 13, QB 14. I like it. So see, that was a masterclass. I was just waiting for it. So Paul, you give me a masterclass pick here, and then I can call this a successful evening.
He's going to take a Bronco, Greg. He's going to take a Bronco.
If you take a bad pick, then I got to stay on.
No, I'm going to go and add to my running back room with Tank Bigsby, which would have been a great handcuff for Vaccaro, but
great pick. And honestly, I had 3 guys at the top of my queue. It was Goff, Dart, and Tank Bigsby. So Paul read my mind there. I decided to let it pass. I felt for myself and this team and this build to get the combo of quarterbacks, being that I waited this long. So,
Well, you do have some work at running back yet to do.
For sure.
Yeah. All right.
And for me, Greg, drafting Corum as my 2 makes me want depth because he may be a little bit before he's productive.
See, I said I'd stay until a first kicker was picked as well. And Team 5 took care of me. I think I've checked off every box that I had planned on for this evening. So,
Greg, you've done yeoman's work tonight, Greg. You can go to bed, start counting sheep, Greg. You've done well. 2 live streams in a night, Greg. That's double header for you.
Yeah, Greg, you don't usually pull double duty, Greg, but that's impressive, man. I didn't know you still had that in your bag. I didn't know you had 2 back-to-back.
Here's what's going to be more impressive. I'm going to Las Vegas. I'm going to be in Las Vegas 4 straight weekends in a row. I'm going to Draft Nation.
Party
Legacy League. No.
Oh, you're going. You're going to that, Greg? You're going to be down the 20th?
Yep. I'm going to go to Draft Nation. Yep. We're hosting a bunch of drafts there as well. So.
They just give you the presidential suite in the hotel for a month? Or
I don't know if they've got a presidential suite at the Circa, but I guess I'll find out. So,
Greg, next year you can outsource it to Chris and I. We'll go be your representatives and represent the NFFC in only the way that we can.
Well, if you say it that way, then I'm not going to. Had you said you were going to represent the NFFC in a professional way, I would have said yes.
Well, listen, Greg, we got, Chris has his popular show every week. Our streams are popular. There may be another one, another weekly show coming out. We could just put a booth there and broadcast for you.
I like it.
There you go.
I like it. So
that's my guy Lou telling me not to share any secrets with Paul. He's right. 100%. We got the.
Hey Lou, I need your email. I asked Vaccaro 3 days ago, but I think it's still not on his green screen.
I'm not giving him any of your information. This
Lou,
is what you do.
DM your email to me so I could send you the invite for tomorrow.
Oh, that's true. You're.
Yes,
you did ask me that.
I
a lot of things going on, Paul. All right.
I'm sorry, Mr. President. I apologize.
Hey, what was that, Chris? I thought you were the Pope, and now you're the Holy Father. What was that? Did you get demoted?
There's a lot of religious things being thrown at me.
I know. I didn't even know you were
the Pope. Greg, Paul is the one that named me the Pope, and it stuck.
I thought Matt did
credit
that.
to him.
Okay, I thought Matt did that.
The Pope, the Greek.
But then the Holy Father. Matt was calling him the Holy Father tonight.
Yeah, the names take on lives of their own. I got other names for Chris. He hasn't heard yet. Matt and I share those.
I didn't even know he was Catholic.
Those are in my text messages, though, Greg. Those nicknames are in our text messages.
So I've heard the text messages are off the charts and epic. Is that correct?
Oh God, Greg, you have no idea. These things start at 6:30 in the morning. Half of these guys, they're up with the roosters. I'm a nighttime. I'm a night owl. I'm at the bar until 1 a.m, sometimes 2 a.m. My phone, if I forget to shut it off, it's buzzing at 6:30 in the morning. These guys are nonstop, all day long. It's amazing.
All right, we're going to close it with this one. Chris, you've been with us for 23 years, and like I said to Michael Edmond, Mike was 23 when he joined us. You were much older. You're in your 20s. Yeah. I mean, could you have ever imagined joining the NFFC and NFBC that this is what it would become, where you have such a friendship with so many guys in New York and Las Vegas and in this community?
Nah, Greg, there's nothing better. It's really, and as the years have gone on, like you said, I've made some great friendships and all these guys in my group chat, I hang out with them. We go to dinner, we get together, we talk all the time, and these are lifelong friends. And the fact that we get to share this obsession, this hobby of fantasy football, drafting every night, talking about drafts on text messages with each other. It's so great. And everyone's a good guy. I don't think any of us would be talking and dealing with others that aren't. It's just a good group, and all the NFFC guys are, and that's why I'm looking forward to New York and Vegas all the time, every year. Yep,
absolutely. Paul, same thing. See you in New York. See you in Las Vegas for sure. We'll have lots of fun. So,
Yeah,
guys, you're the best. Thanks for hanging with me tonight. Everybody on the chat, everybody staying with us. Thank you so much. I must go to bed because I'm like 80 years old. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Good night.
Thanks, Greg.
You bet.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you for joining us on the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. To get in the game, go to playnfc.com.